Good morning, Reed here, back walking up the hill from dropping my kiddo off, and I'm hoping that my audio quality is a bit better. I've got these Bluetooth earbuds with a microphone on them here, so we'll try it out. Thanks so much. I believe it's Tammy for letting me know my audio wasn't sounding very good the other day or was hard to hear me. I hope this is a lot better. There is a bunch of machinery up ahead, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, things I'm thinking about today. I'm actually thinking about out-of-body experiences, astral projecting, lucid dreaming, depending on how you want to frame it or deal with it in your own life. And the story is, I was a young teenager, 13, and playing saxophone, my joy in life, and doing a lot of improvising. And one day while I was improvising to some CD, I was looking back at myself, and I was seeing my hands going, and you have your right hand's down pretty low, so it's hard to see that. And I was like, whoa, I must not be in my body. And that moment then happened lots of other times while improvising and playing music, and my path with that led me to meditation and yoga, and this growing awareness that we're so much more than our physical bodies. And that awareness led me to discover the Monroe Institute over in Virginia that actually trains people to have out-of-body experiences. Then, in the course of studying Reiki, I realized the channels of universal energy that are flowing through us, intermixed with looking and working with different Qigong practices, and finding our microcosmic orbits and our macrocosmic orbits, and feeling into the electromagnetic frequency of the earth that's happening, and realizing oh, I can use these different circuits of energy to propel myself along. And then discovering that, our sun has that, so you can move through the solar system. The black hole at the center of our galaxy has that, and you can utilize that to slingshot yourself. So I had a lot of fun working with these different tools and techniques, and in that process, aiming to find the foundational frequency of existence, to see what is all this based on, and acknowledging the natural overtone set that is an occurrence in the sound spectrum of vibration, or even it seems like through all vibration and everything in our universe, as far as I've been able to discover, is vibrating. So it parallels really nicely. And then in that, looking at something of the fractal nature of reality and the overtones interrelate with a holographicness that seems very present, and coming to terms of some people might say we're living in a simulation. Are we, or are we more just recognizing that our physical world isn't the primary, that we're actually based off of an energetic signature? And when you look at the grand scheme of things, there's a lot more energy in existence with dark energy or dark matter, or however you want to phrase these things. I personally like to say consciousness is the foundation of it all. We obviously don't have a test for this, so these are just hypotheses based on my own personal experiences. And the other day I noticed that some scientists seem to have realized that our universe is in a bit of a bubble. And I recall a long time ago, with the help of psychedelics, mind you, psychedelics helped us figure out DNA. And so, when you use these different tools in mindful ways, can actually discover a lot about life and the systems that we're living in. It's not just about partying. And so I had personally, utilizing the out-of-body tips I spoke to earlier, slingshot myself beyond the little bubble of our universe and was like, whoa, check this out. To which, like, all time and space is present there. Now, mind you, that's moving through the dimensional realms. So, like, you know, this 3D dimension that we experience as like a primary state is one of many dimensions. And as you go higher up, space and time seem to be the next layer of that. And if you've ever read Flat World, where essentially a circle meets a sphere and is blown away, and then it postulates to the sphere that there's a dimension beyond it, it sounds shocked when it hears that postulation. And this notion that in being so much more than the physical body, and in being these vast beings of consciousness, that it's possible to tap in with all of that. And you might ask, how does that either help you have more fun or to live a better life? And I would say that a key to it is when we experience stress, then we're moving closer to death. And if you're dead, my general take is like, you're not having as much fun. But when you realize how much more than the physical world and body you are, there's actually a lot more layers of fun that you can have, and a lot more layers of experience that you can have. And different peak experiences are, you know, some of the most memorable things that you'll consider, you know, while you're on your deathbed. That can be, you know, the creating of a child. I don't know. Lots of, you decide for yourself what your own peak experiences are. But a lot of people who've done different psychedelics both come to terms with their own death, intermixed with find it's a peak experience that allows them to feel more well lived. And so I bring all this up to say, if you haven't taken the opportunity to check out what you're capable of beyond your body, you know, it's an interesting road to go down, and it gives us a lot of potential nuance to living a better life on the basis that it can take away a lot of that worry, which is really like suffering twice at the minimum. And I hope all y'all out there check into these things. Also bring it up on the basis of, you know, who wants to live in hiding? I think we should like find spaces to put ourselves out there a bit more. And so knowing that this has been a major part of my own life over the years, and I do it a lot less now because it's one of those things where, you know, I'm not chasing that dragon, so to speak. But I find I'm also able to really live in the moment while at the same time thinking out 10, 20, 30 plus years. I think long-term thinking is fascinating. And if you're able to move outside your body, and you are, then there's a beautiful thing that can happen where you can see in longer time stretches. So I invite you all out there to check out the Monroe Institute or different Qigong practices, anything that's going to align you with the energetics of your body, with moving beyond your body, while having your feet firmly planted on the ground, and, you know, growing your own nutrition, having a relation with the food you eat, you know, making sure that first level of self is really vital, because in the end, I don't want you to have like some strong non-body parts and then have a weak body. That just doesn't seem wise. With that, thanks for watching this. Thanks for subscribing. Let me know if the audio quality is a lot better today, and have too much fun.